All Out Destruction Tour is back. Day 2, Sunday, Lucas Oil Stadium, Indianapolis, as we take a look at the point standings for the Sunday Tour. Gravedigger the Legend in first place with 64 points. Behind him, Avenger with Phoenix with 58 points, right on his tail. Amos Moses in third place. Right after him, Rod Ryan Show. Then we have Wolf's Head. There I am in 6th place with Bigfoot with 46 points. Chillin' Villain right behind me. Gravedigger in 8th place. 9th, Time Flies. And then in 10th, rounding up their top 10, Lurch in Engine 85. We are back this week with a double dose of racing. That's right, so don't go anywhere because you're not going to want to miss this.
Are you talking, guys? What is sucking? Blade! Run destruction! Engines roar, skies ignite, metal beasts in endless fight. Tires crush the earth, fuel-fed chaos giving birth. Madness reigns, no retreat. Feel the thunder, feel the heat. Through the flames we rise, monsters in the sky. All out destruction, metal gods we rise. All out destruction, crush and burn collide. Wheels of fury, worlds collide. All out destruction, unleash pride. All out destruction, metal gods we ride. All out destruction, crash and burn collide. Wheels of fury, worlds collide. All out destruction, unleash
Indeed, who will go to World Finals this year? That's what we're hoping to figure out today as the Sunday Tour is here. The tour that I'm on, the tour that has the fire truck that wets down the track before he races to try to throw off his opponent. That's right, Engine 85. Our first competitor tonight, Lurch out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, holding down that 10th spot. He's a firefighter, hence the firefighter truck theme that you see every week. Always a different color, always beautiful. His competitor, Time Flies, driven by Helton out of the state that is on fire right there. I can't tell. I'm not good with geography. That might be Tennessee. I'm not sure. It could be North Carolina. Who knows? But hey, that's his choice. He wanted his state on fire. We gave him his state on fire for his driver card. And speaking of the driver cards, I just wanted to give a big shout out to Floof, who is a driver on Saturday of Wolf's Head, who helped me with those driver cards. They turned out great as we get ready to start Sunday racing. Time Flies versus Engine 85. Who's going to put the first win on the board for tonight? Time Flies gets a big jump on the start as Engine 85 tries to play catch-up into that first turn. Here we come down the back straightaway. And oh no, Engine 85, I think he clipped the wall, making Time Flies have a very easy first win. So an unfortunate start to the night for Lurch and Engine 85 as he's going to have to take that back and get it ready for freestyle and hope that he does better then than he is now. As we get our first look at Wildflower, which is a new truck on the circuit. Now, we found this guy Curly out of UML, which is another league that I run in. This guy is so fast. And of course, who's got to race him? Me in Bigfoot. But you know what? I'm not going to make any excuses. Sometimes you're going to have to face tough competitors early on. So I'm going to do my best to take out Curly. There I am, E.G. Lately, driving Bigfoot out of Philadelphia, PA. Go Birds. And of course, since I'm driving inside the truck, you're not going to get those really nice camera angles that you get when I'm working the camera. As this race gets started, both of us take the turn pretty well into that back straightaway. I think I have a bit of a lead on Curly as we get into that final turn. Can I hold it? I felt way more comfortable in that left lane. And yes, I'm able to hold off Curly. Big win for me. Curly, I cannot understate it enough just how fast this guy is. So that is probably the biggest win I've had in my AODT career so far. And I look forward to seeing Curly in future events, as I'm going to be moving on to the next round in Bigfoot. So next we got Gravedigger up, driven by Chicken out of Flint, Michigan. Chicken, of course, won racing last time he was racing. Let's see if he can do it again, as he's got Bryce Bowe out of Corpus Christi driving an Escalade. Bryce missed last week's event, but he's back this week looking to try to get himself back on the board and get more points as he continues to try to climb the points ladder and make his way to World Finals. But Chicken says, you got to get past me first, pal, as we get ready to line up for round 1 racing, race number 3. And Bryce is sleeping at the line as Chicken just blows him away at the start into the first turn. Bryce is going to have to play catch up this whole time, and that's not how you want to start racing, as Chicken is just going to make easy work of Bryce Bowe. Unfortunately for Bryce, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he was sleeping or if he's just rusty, but he's going to have to figure out a way to get sharper on the line moving forward, as Chicken is not someone that you can make mistakes with when you race, because this guy is super fast and rarely makes mistakes. So unfortunate break for Bryce Bowe, but I think we'll see Bryce back again, and he is going to continue to get stronger. Speaking of continuing to get stronger, we got Chillin' Villain driven by Cryo Wolf out of Fresno, California. This guy is always in the server practicing. He's always getting faster, always trying to improve. He's going to be going up against Max D, that we're seeing for the first time tonight, gaming with 303 out of the Northeast. Your guess is as good as mine where that is. Not that it matters that much. It is exciting to get Max D inside AODT, especially on the Sunday tour, where we can use a little more star power over here. Yeah, we got Bigfoot. Yeah, we got Gravedigger. But now that we got Max D, that just makes things just a little bit sweeter. As we get ready to start racing, Cryo Wolf gets a bit of a lead off the start. Into that first turn they go. Cryo Lead has a bit of a lead on Maximum Destruction, but Maximum Destruction putting in a big effort into that final turn. Can he pull it out? And unfortunately for Max D, no, Cryo Wolf is able to hold him off and secure a first round victory. Big win for Chillin' Villain, his first racing win of AODT, and boy, was that against a big truck. As we get ready to keep moving on through round 2, as we got Gravedigger the Legend, our points leader, Electric Sins out of Houston, Texas, has been an absolute star so far on this AODT Sunday tour. Leading in points, he's going up against Helton, who we just saw in the first round, driving Time Flies. So this should be a pretty good race. Two very solid racers. Does Electric Sins have what it takes to continue his racing dominance, or will Helton keep it together and keep that momentum going from round 1 and pick up another victory here in round 2? Let's get ready to go green. You hear those engines beginning to rev. That means it's go time. Gravedigger versus Time Flies, as Helton gets a little bit of a bob off the start. That gives Gravedigger the Legend a nice lead, who makes a nice first turn. Gravedigger Legend in first into that final turn. Oh no, Electric Sins. He overturned, and it was his race to win. He gave it to Helton. Unfortunately, that's what happens sometimes when you're racing. You just get too excited. You don't realize that you have a lead, and sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. As we're going to take a look at me going up against Thomas in Wolf's Head in Bigfoot. He put me in that right lane, which I'm going to be honest, I don't feel super comfortable in, but that's part of racing. You never know. Until you get higher up in the points, you tend to be at the mercy of your opponent and what lane they want to put you in. As Thomas gets a bit of a jump on me, and I try to make up ground into that first turn. Thomas has a lead. Into the final turn we go. And oh no, I over throttled it. Thomas and Wolf's Head is going to pick up the W over me and Bigfoot. To all my Bigfoot fans out there, I'm so sorry. I am trying my best to get better at racing each week. And Lord knows nobody wants a W in racing like I do. Let's go back and I'll explain to you guys exactly what happened here. If we go to the AODT replay, you see there, I'm actually in position to be able to throttle out a win here. But unfortunately, I get into the throttle too early, and that brings my back out more. And as you see, I just end up missing the jump completely, over-rotating, and launching off of a completely wrong jump. I'm sorry to those Bigfoot fans out there. I promise I'm going to deliver a W soon as we get ready for another amazing race. It's our first look at Phoenix out of Brighton, Michigan, driving Avenger. Phoenix, one of the best racers on the league. He's got his hands full with Chicken, though, who also has a racing win this season in AODT. This should be an absolute barn burner. As Chicken gets a bit of a lead off the jump, but you can never count out Phoenix and Avenger. Into that final turn, Phoenix has a lead, but Chicken coming on strong. And whoa, Chicken somehow manages to catch up to Avenger. I don't know how he pulled that off. Let's take a look at the replay real quick, because you see Chicken come into this final turn. Both of them are dead even. Chicken hits that nipple, which causes the front of his truck to lift, and that actually pushes his nose forward and doesn't make him have to go up the ramp, which is why that move would be illegal typically. But since we didn't call it yesterday, we can't call it today. Tough break for Avenger, but, you know, unfortunately, that's the way it goes sometimes. But not for anything that Phoenix did wrong. He ran a great race. Just the luck of the draw for Gravedigger and Chicken to edge out Avenger in that round. What a race, though. Moving right along, though, we got Amos Moses, driven by Little Dude. He's out of Newport, North Carolina, one of the few guys that actually races in real life. He's a mud racer, and he'll be taking on Cryo Wolf and Chillin' Villain, who has gotten so strong. He looked great in the first round. But Little himself is actually a really good racer as well. Both these guys in their rookie season, along with me, we're all in our rookie seasons, trying our best to get better each week. So this is rookie versus rookie. Let's see. Little Dude knocked me out earlier in the year in a race. Let's see if he can do the same to Cryo, as Little gets a big jump on Cryo into that first turn. Little takes the turn great. Cryo goes a little wide. Little's got a big lead into that last turn there. But here comes Cryo. And somehow Cryo Wolf and Chillin' Villain manages to make up the difference and take out Amos Moses. Look at Little into this final turn. You'll see his back swing out, and that's all Cryo needed to take advantage. When the back of your truck swings out like that, you're losing forward momentum, and that was all that Cryo Wolf and Chillin' Villain needed to get past him into the finish line first. Tough break for Amos Moses, as that race was his. But unfortunately, sometimes, you know, the stress of the race can make you make mistakes, and that's exactly what happened there. Now it's time for some semifinals action between Wolf's Head, driven by Thomas, and Time Flies, driven by Helton. This should be a great race. Both very solid racers, both looking good tonight. But Wolf's Head is in that left lane that he feels comfortable in. And here comes Helton in that right lane. Who's going to pull this one out into the final turn? Dead even. Helton just turns on the speed, though, and he's going to win convincingly against Wolf's Head, and you can tell he's excited. Helton is very excited about that win. He needs these points to get himself back up into the upper echelon of the point standings. Moving on to our other semifinal race, we got Chillin' Villain and Cryo Wolf. He's going to be taking on Chicken and Gravedigger. So again, Cryo Wolf, a rookie, is going to be taking on a veteran here. As you can see, Chicken, that little bounce is just him setting his truck up, making sure that nothing's wrong with it, so that when this race gets started, all he has to do is focus on where he's going and how fast he can get there. Rookie versus veteran. Team Gravedigger has been absolutely crushing it this season in both Saturday and Sunday as we get ready into the first turn. And oh no, Chicken's in trouble, as Cryo Wolf's going to have a nice, easy race here as Chicken tries to catch up. But Chicken is just hitting everything left and right, and that is all Cryo Wolf needs. Cryo Wolf not only picking up his first win this season in AODT, but he is in the finals now. That is how quickly things can turn around for you in these leagues. As Chicken, very uncharacteristically, managed to hit every obstacle in his race while still making it competitive. But here it is, guys. Time Flies versus Chillin' Villain. The first time that Gravedigger hasn't been in a final in a while. So I'm excited just to see some different trucks in the finals. Time Flies, driven by Helton, who is a veteran of AODT, against rookie Cryowolf and Chillin' Villain. This would be massive for Chillin' Villain to pick up a W here. Can he do it? Can Chillin' Villain take out the veteran Helton in Time Flies, who's looked pretty strong all night? Time Flies gets a big lead, takes that turn nice and tight. Chillin' Villain goes wide. He's going to have to play catch-up into the final turn. It's anybody's race. Oh, no, Helton's in trouble. And, oh, my God, what happened to Helton? He got all sorts of out of control into that final turn. We're going to have to take another look at it. But take a look here. Helton goes into that final turn, and you can see him hit that nipple, which sends him sideways. And then he catches a 5-second penalty right there. And that's all Chillin' Villain needs to win. That 5-second penalty is never what you want to see in a finals. But Chillin' Villain picking up a huge gift tonight in the form of a racing title in event number 4. What a big moment for this rookie. Chillin' Villain Cryowolf picking up a big W, and he needs that in points, as that's going to put him up above me now. Cryowolf out of Fresno, California. Congratulations to the rookie Chillin' Villain, our racing champion. As we move over to freestyle, where you're going to get a chance to see Phoenix from Brighton, Michigan in Avenger take his freestyle winning run. Avenger, who's just been so solid all year in both freestyle and in racing. About to show you why we chose racing for both leagues. Because if this is the best freestyle run, then you know that there really wasn't much going on in the freestyle realm. And that's not to take anything away from Avenger. His run was the best. But you'll see that there's just a lack of obstacles. Not really much for me to be able to call in terms of tricks, technical tricks, different obstacles. And sometimes, you know, that happens. Freestyles, the tracks can always be different. It's a challenge to the drivers. But you see here, you know, Phoenix is just staying busy, trying to keep it exciting. There's a technical trick for you, a nose wheelie, and he used the kicker from the backflip ramp to get that nose up. Very creative for Avenger. So Phoenix making as much use of this track as you possibly can. Really hard to judge these runs too, because everybody was kind of doing similar things, so you really needed to do something to stick out of the crowd. So you'll see Phoenix here take that backflip ramp, and he does it very nicely, almost kind of stalling that backflip and spinning it around last second. But you could see why I decided not to do freestyle this week, because that move there was pretty cool. But believe me when I say that just few and far between as a commentator, I need to have something to say and a way to build suspense for you at home watching so that you're excited about it, as that was a beautiful move by Avenger, going into a sky wheelie, but letting the truck rotate all the way back just to flip it into reverse and bring that thing forward. And there's a pogo into a nose wheelie. You're starting to see why Avenger and Phoenix won freestyle this week, as he's just going all over the place. Nice cross-ups, nice transfers. And that's going to wrap it up for Avenger. A nice freestyle run. And that's going to wrap up Sunday Tour here with the point standings as follow. Gravedigger the Legend still in first place with 82, but Avenger now with that freestyle win is right on his heels with just 2 points behind. This race is getting good. Amos Moses in third place with 71. Behind him, we have Wolf's Head with 66 points. Chillin' Villain with his big racing win tonight jumps up to 5th place above me with 66 points, but I'm right on his heels. Tied with me is Gravedigger. After him, Time Flies. Helton tonight getting to the finals helped him big time. Rod Ryan in 9th, and then in 10th place, Lurch and Engine 85. The points race is heating up. I'm your host, E.G. Lately, saying I will see you guys next time on All Out Destruction Tour.